Hello YouTube, welcome to the garage. Going to do a little more actually testing on different things. The reason I wanted this process was for doing restoration work. And I've got a couple things in here I want to kind of test blast. This is just some sort of a bracket off of an engine, aluminum bracket. So if you were doing a restoration to clean that up, kind of want to see how well it does on that. I got a little pipe wrench here that was laying around all kind of rusty, and I'm gonna try and clean that up and see how well that does. I got a little tubing cutter here that yours truly left outside for God only knows how long, and I have no idea if I'm going to be able to save this. I want to blast it and see if maybe I can get it to where maybe I could soak it in some penetrating oil and rescue it. I just want to see what happens, you know, and test. I've got a little here. It's a wire gauge actually, and it's kind of got some rust on it here, and it's kind of built up rust. And I'm sure that any of this writing on here, the process is going to take that off. But you know, there's some like little markings in there, so I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen to this, but I'm going to blast it and find out. And got a little piece of copper tubing here, you know, just to see how well this process cleans up copper. Just a few things I want to test here. And I've got another this is just a little thin cover. This is actually a wire cover out of a Fiero. In the console, this covers some wires to kind of protect it. And this thing is I want to kind of show you here. That's how thin that is. Okay. There's actually a couple places I got it where it read a little thinner than that. I want to make sure you can see it. It's pretty thin metal. I'm not sure exactly what gauge it is, but I want to kind of test this. What I'm going to do with this, you see with sandblasting, it inputs heat, okay? And if you're doing some restoration work, my best Elmer Fudd. Okay, but restoration work, you got some thin trim pieces. With sandblasting, you got to be careful you don't warp it, because sandblasting, like I said, inputs heat. And so what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to start off, I'm going to blast this at 40 psi, I'm going to blast it at 80, and I'm going to blast it at 100 and see what happens. And just kind of, you know, if you blasted something this thin with just regular sandblasting at 100 psi, you'd probably blow holes through it. The way I describe vapor blasting to people, I describe it as a cushioned impact. You know, you got the abrasive, and of course, depending on, you know, different abrasives, glass bead, aluminum oxide, you know, anything, crushed glass, silicon carbide, it's a lot more aggressive. Depending on how aggressive the media is, it's what finish you're left with. But, so I've got glass bead and aluminum oxide in here, and I kind of want to prove a point that you'd have to really try to damage something with this process. Like I said, I refer to it as a cushioned impact. I've heard it described as clean by flow. Well, my pressure washer does that, okay? But my pressure washer can't do what this process can do. So, but that's just me. So like I said, you know, I'm going to do some experimenting here, and I just thought I'd bring you along. And so the first thing I'm going to do is blast this, and then you know, see what that does. Then I will work on this other stuff, and you know, just share it with you. I'll put this all off to the side over here. Get my door shut. Got to get my earplugs in. And I'm trying a different thing with my camera here. I got you kind of zoomed in. So, you know, hopefully you've watched my other videos, and compared to my other ones, do you like it like this zoomed in like this, or do you like it backed out like it is with the other videos? So I'm going to start off with 60 psi. Okay, we got the compressors charged. We're at 60 psi. I'm gonna let the slurry mix a little bit. I haven't run the machine yet today, so this will be the first time it's run today. Trying to make sure I'm in front of you guys so you can see what's going on. Not too bad so far. A couple spots I missed. That looks pretty good. And it didn't warp anything. I said because that water keeps it cool. All right, I'm gonna crank this up to 80 and see what it does. Okay. Now we're gonna do 80 psi. Okay, that was 80 psi. Let me crank it up to 100 and see what happens. Okay. Let's see what happens now. If you'd have done that with 100 psi and sandblasting, you would have destroyed that. That's why I like this process. Not that you can't destroy things, but you'd have to really work at it. All right, so that was just an experiment, and I have no idea what this electrical interference is I'm getting on this camera. Is that better? I'm just seeing what settings are best on this camera. I think the zoomed in, it seems to be a little better. All right, I'm going to turn this back down. To 80 psi. And I've just got this bracket here. Not sure exactly what it's off from, but if you were doing some restoration work, brand new. Alright. Got a little piece of copper tubing over here. If I can get a hold of it. There we go. That's a little bit of copper tubing. So that's brand new. Okay, I got that little this thing here. It's tubing cutter. Let's see if I can't maybe get it to where I can save it. Turn. I might have it cleaned out enough that I could actually soak that. Oh well, worth a try. And then I got my little wrench here. think I did a pretty good job. I'm not going to do the rest of it. I don't want to get the video too long. I just want to try some different things and see how well it did. Now I got to address the interference with this camera. So sorry about that, but I just want to kind of see what this did for some, different items. And I think this process is amazing, but that's just my personal opinion. So for what it's worth, like and subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully without the electrical interference.